Wrong one. What's going on, y'all? Starting off, coming back from vacation, starting off with the wrong introduction video, but y'all know who we are. We're the full this package. I'm your host, Yosarian, along with my co-host Daryl and Mathis. Of course, we're going to run an all-out blitz on everything Falcons. Today, we're going to be talking about the best moments in Falcons history, or better yet, our best moments in Falcons history. We thank y'all for joining us. If you like the video at some point, go ahead and press that like. And if this is your first time hanging out with us, hey, go ahead and subscribe. And we'd love to make you a part of our family, and we'll have some fun. All we do is talk trash and have a little fun. All right. Daryl, what's going on, fella?
Oh, what's happening, Falcons fans? It's Daryl, aka Black Jedi. That's BLAKK Jedi. Follow me on Twix and Instagram at that name. And I figured out this weekend, just lounging around the house, that your toes are always touching, but your brain just blocks it out. Just my Jedi mind playing tricks on me again. Yeah, y'all know I'm good for a little knowledge every now and then. So, how y'all doing?
Real good, man. It makes us makes us think. God, oh, Mathis, what's going on, man?
Man, what you drinking? What you got? What you got? What
That's
you drinking?
water. It's water. It's water.
Yeah,
Just a good
hell if
old
it
80s
is.
club.
That ain't no damn water. What's up, y'all? It's he got me thrown off right now. It's Matt here, man. MFJ. You can find me on Instagram and X at M_F_J21. We appreciate y'all.
That's what's up, man. Hey, I'm just getting back from vacation, hung out up there in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I don't know if y'all heard, and this is the Lord. I don't know if you heard about the accident that happened in Gatlinburg, downtown Gatlinburg, yesterday, right at 4 o'clock p.m. There's somebody had a major accident, um, had some sort of emergency, medical emergency while driving and ended up mashing the gas instead of the brakes.
Ooh.
Was going 100 miles per hour down the street in Gatlinburg. I think 6 people are hurt. It was really bad. But this is what I want to say. I was just down there. I left as the police were coming in. I was
Up
wondering
the
what was
street.
going on. So I had just left. I turned right out of the parking deck and went around by the aquarium. And from if you've ever been to Gatlinburg, it's a strip, but from the beginning of the strip all the way to where the aquarium is, that's where the accident happened. So it literally had to happen as I was turning out and going down the backside to the aquarium, bypassing that street. Saw policemen coming in because there was a lot of traffic. Policemen coming in, and I'm like, man, what's going on? And man, got to the hotel, chilling out for a while. Saw the news. I'm like, God, I just left there. But hey, man, God is good. I'm good. I just hope and pray everybody else is all right. I know 6 people were hurt. 3 people had to be life flighted. So, man, y'all be in prayer for the people that were injured. All right, let's go on to this chat. What's going on, Chuck? What's up? Yeah. Hey, so we're talking about the good times, right? We're talking about the good times, the best moments for the Falcons that you can remember. And feel free, Chuck. I don't know. You might be saying the too legit, too
Hell no.
late year when y'all beat us in the playoffs. Maybe you saying that, but whatever. What's going on, Clay? Good to see you. Hey, we're sorry we missed last week, but like I said, I was out on vacation. Mathis was out, and we didn't have real good service anyway. So we're back. We're gonna do it. Gonna have some fun. All right. All right. So best moments. There's been some great moments for the Falcons. Been a lot of bad ones, but some great moments. Daryl, give me one of your best moments as a Falcon fan.
One of my best. Let's start with one of my earliest memories. Matter of fact, the very first memory I remember of the Atlanta Falcons was William Andrews trucking everybody on the Denver Broncos, like 1982. just running over him for an 86-yard touchdown. And I want to say it was week 13 of 1982, if I remember right. You got Billy White shoes up there right now.
I do. What in the world? There we
There
go.
it is, right there.
There we go.
He trucked that dude into oblivion, and then broke 2 more tackles, and then ran for 86 yards. I tell you, that right there. As soon as I saw that, I said, that is because up until then, all we knew about trucking people was Earl Campbell, right? Earl Campbell used to truck people, and so that the Houston Oilers had him. But man, we got this in Atlanta. I was hooked. From that moment forward, I was hooked.
Man, you know what? William Andrews was the man in Atlanta. I mean, I really believe if he didn't get hurt, he didn't hurt that knee, or the medical advancements would have been a little bit earlier, man, Hall of Famer. I think he only
Hall of
played 6
Fame.
years.
Yep.
Oh my God, he was at that time the best, the greatest fullback of all, of all times, really. Other, Earl Campbell running the ball, but man, William Andrews catching that ball out of the backfield. And as a matter of fact, that was a swing pass.
Mhm.
So he caught it on the swing pass, and woo, yeah.
I just want to let
There
y'all
you
know
go.
this was before I was born, so I have no recollection.
We'll catch you up, man.
I'll
We
have to watch. I'll have to
go
go back on.
go
I'll have
watch
to go to YouTube and watch this highlight.
you just
go
need to
watch
watch
that
William
highlight.
Andrews.
Watch
Oh my
that
God.
highlight.
Oh
Now
my
I know
God.
who he is, but I've never seen this. I've never seen this play. I know who he is
If
though.
your
Hey
Sarah ain't hit
Mathis,
it.
please, as soon as you're done, please look at that. William
Okay.
Andrews versus Denver. You won't miss it, I promise. Hey, this guy was amazing. He was extremely fast. So he was, I won't say Bo Jackson, Herschel Walker fast, but man, he was a little bit bigger, but he was faster than All Star. Let me put it like that.
Mhm. That
He
was a
was
fullback.
he was a fullback, yeah, and he could run like All Star. Let me put it like that, a little bit faster. So,
He could run
um,
you over, and
yeah,
he could run away from you.
run away
And he
from you,
did it all in that clip right there. That one. He
and
ran over, and then and he broke a couple tackles, and then when you see guys getting the angle, nah, he gone.
gone, still
If
farm.
he had not been hurt, if he did not hurt himself, he's Hall of Fame. He would have been an Atlanta Falcon Hall of Famer.
Absolutely, I totally believe so. Mathis, give me one.
Hmm.
Morton, is this one
Yeah,
you
I'm
were
gonna
talking
start
about?
off. Yeah, Morton Anderson. I might have been 12. I think I was 12. 98. Yeah. Chance to go
Man,
to the Super Bowl, man. I was sitting in front of the TV. I stood up, walking around, and that game had me on the edge of had me on my feet the whole game. Started off a little upset because we started off down too, but man, that was one of the biggest kicks you can ask for. Morton Anderson was money, honestly. So,
hmm
and then for their kicker at that time to be like, they said it. It's always the commentators that grease you up and then you blow it. Oh, he ain't missed no kicks. Da da da. Missing it. Then we get a chance to do it ourselves. I I was running around the house, man. 12. They
hmm
didn't know what was going on. So yeah,
that
that was
that
definitely a moment for us.
that was our chance right there when Gary Anderson missed his kick.
Yeah,
That just opened it up. That gave us an opportunity right there. Man,
yeah.
the Falcons were balling that year. That 98 year, they were balling. And I was in New Orleans, stationed down there in New Orleans, talking all kind of junk, boy, because Dirty Birds came down there. Man, we were Dirty Birding and everything. And boy, that game happened. And like you said, Mathis, when that kick went through, when it didn't even have to go through. When I saw Morton turn and run, oh man.
Yeah,
And he
that's
knew it was
what you
good.
saw. You saw everybody. They were already excited and jumping around.
Yeah,
It
the
looked
ball
like
was still
Steph.
in
It
there. He
looked like
ready.
Steph had the shot. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. Shoot and turn. Man, that was great. That was a great year. Um, Morton, did he miss any field goals that year? I can't even remember, but I don't, it's almost like I don't
I
remember
had
like I know Kareem missed some scout hooks? I know he missed some. I just don't remember ever seeing it. So that's how it was with Morton. I don't remember him missing anything that year.
Well, you got to think about it. The games that we won that year weren't really games. We lost twice. What, we were 14-2?
Yeah,
We lost to the 49ers.
the
I forgot who
Jets,
the other team was.
the Jets.
Yeah, it was an away game, but the games really weren't close like that. It was nothing to where you had to really think about Morton Anderson having to come in clutch for you.
Hmm.
So this was that one game, and it showed. So, oh Lord, Chuck, go away, Chuck.
Yeah,
What Chuck
Chuck,
talking
stop it.
about?
Just,
Stop it, Chuck.
you ain't got to start so early, man.
I got one. Clay. Clay said this one.
Hmm.
Boom, the Hail Mary to Billy White Shoes Johnson. That was a good one. That was a great one. This one is very sentimental to me. I'm gonna tell y'all why. So that happened when 83. My uncle, Billy, he passed away at the age of 26. He had lung cancer. But Billy, and Sam, my cousin, my grandma, all of us was in the living room watching this game against the 49ers. So I'll never forget when that Hail Mary, we called it the Big Ben. We called it the Big Ben left. Bart Kesker threw that ball up, and doggone Billy White Shoes Johnson actually fell and slid, jumped up, caught the ball, worked his way around with a good block, then dove in to win the game. All I can remember is my Uncle Billy, and this was 83, so he died 1 year later, 2 years later. So
Mm.
all I can remember him saying, he caught it, he caught it, he caught it. So this is a great, hey man, that's one of the best moments in history for me, man. Hands down. Billy White Shoes Johnson. Now, I will say, I'm a referee, y'all. Y'all know I'm a referee. So I had to bring this up. I'm trying to find it. Hopefully I can find it. But he didn't score a touchdown on that. Thank God we didn't have no
It's
What
the
the
replay.
replay.
scoreboard say?
Boy, if
What
we
the
had
scoreboard
replay, that'd
say?
have been messed up. I'm trying to
What the
put
history book say? What the
hey
history
man,
book say?
hey, touchdown, baby. Touchdown, but
6
watch
points.
this. Look at this. Look at this. He was short of that line, man. And that ball hadn't crossed.
That's
His
that's one of the
shoulder
best
down.
calls.
Well, you know what? It don't matter because you can't tell who's who anyway.
Right. That was
So,
bad. That was bad back then. It was bad.
Go back and watch that clip and listen to the call when he catches it and then he
Yeah.
runs in or gets there.
Give it
They're
to him.
like, "Is it a touchdown?" And then they say, "Give it to him," and then they raise
that's
their hands
crazy.
for the touchdown. So
And
yeah,
how
it's
about it wasn't the referee that was standing there looking over the ball.
no.
No, it was the other guy that came. The other
Uh,
guy came in and gave it to him. And then, of course, he went off and did his Billy White Shoes touchdown dance, man. That was off the chain. All right, so I got Billy White Shoes Johnson. Um, Daryl, go ahead, give me another one.
well, let's pick on the Vikings some more then, right? Let's pick
Oh,
on them. Let's take Mike Vick's walk off
walk off.
run.
Oh
Walk
my
off
goodness.
run for against the Vikings in overtime to beat them. And what was that, 2002, I believe?
Hmm.
And let me tell you, that was like watching uh just butter melt on some hot grits on a cold Sunday morning. It felt so good just watching that one. Cause he didn't even look like he was moving that fast. But when he made them two try to tackle him and they ran into each other
Oh
like
man, that
Keystone
was so
Cops,
good.
I
Boy.
said, man, he flying. And he gets the touchdown and then just throws the ball and
Walks
runs
off.
off the field. Man, I said it don't get no better than that. And that was 2002. So I was in Pensacola at the time. Uh man, at the Blue Angels, having a good time. And
Mm.
that right there was icing on the cake for me that year.
That was awesome, man. That was amazing. Seeing that boy run around like that. Now we knew he could do it, but I did not expect that happening. to happen. Was that Monday night? That
Was
was
it?
it was it was a Monday night.
Nah, I think that was just a regular
Nah.
Sunday game.
Man, that was crazy, boy.
Yeah, I
That
don't
was
think that
off the
was a Monday
chain.
night game.
Man, he ran around that corner, and I did not think that was going to happen from the frame. You didn't see all of that happening, but man, he got loose, and when he ran in between those two guys, and they bumped heads and fell, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. Mike Vick was man. To me, still, he's number one all time, most beloved Falcon, hands down, most beloved to me. Now, of
Mhm.
course, we know who number one greatest of all time is, of course,
Yes, we do.
and so I'll jump to that one. Boom. For me, hands down, one of the greatest moments in Falcons history was the drafting of Matt Ryan. Darryl, I would tell you, and Mathis, I would tell you, and Darryl, you remember, I didn't know anything about Matt Ryan at Boston College. Nothing at all until they played Georgia Tech. And what was that, '07, his senior year?
Seven.
Holy cow. I'm like, man, this guy can't be stopped through for like 430 something yards. Unstoppable, man. And they beat Georgia Tech with 24-10, something like that, at Bobby Dodd. That's when I knew, okay, this dude is pretty good. Now, honestly, I would say I didn't want Matt Ryan at that time because what we needed was defensive tackles. I wanted Glenn Dorsey. And I think a lot of people was saying that. Mathis, do you remember that talk back in those days?
Yeah,
Glenn Dorsey or what was the running back? Darren McFadden from Arkansas.
for Arkansas.
Hmm.
We
Yeah, man.
made the right pick. We made the right
Oh
pick.
yeah.
I didn't know much about him either until it wasn't until right before the draft, and they were saying that he's slated right now to be the third pick in the draft, which
Hmm.
was us. So then I started doing a little research on him, but uh, until then, no. Boston, whoever hears about Boston College,
Hmm.
Boston College got about one real memory ever, and
The Doug
that's
Flutie.
the flute man. Other than that, that's nobody knows about Boston College. So it is what it is. But yeah, we made the right pick. I don't even know. Glenn Dorsey probably wouldn't even made it past his first contract.
Right, right. I don't think he played long. I don't remember him playing long. But yeah, man. Matt Ryan with 62,000 yards, man, like number 7 all time on the passing list. Hands down, going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's going to be first ballot. I think he should be. Um, 4-time Pro Bowler. Was what, the Player of the Year, NFL MVP in 2017, 2016.
2016. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, took the team to the Super Bowl. Chuck should have won the Super Bowl. And let me put it like this: Chuck said ATL loses in the Super Bowl after being up 28-3. Well,
25-point
giving up,
lead
yeah,
to
yeah,
the
25-point
25
lead.
point
Yeah,
lead.
yeah, we lost 28-3, of course. So that's your greatest memory, Chuck.
That one. Okay. Okay,
Come on,
Chuck.
that's hate. That's hate. I thought it would be the too legit to quit. Yeah. But anyway, but Matt Ryan, man, hands down, greatest Falcon. Is he the greatest Atlanta professional sports player? Atlanta.
Mm,
No,
No?
no. You know
Okay.
why? Because the greatest actually won a World Series, and you can't put him over Chipper Jones. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Daryl, I
The
see
the
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 chin being
the, the
rubbed.
ladies the ladies of Chipper Jones era ain't gonna let you put him over Chipper Jones. So it don't make no difference. Man, if you ever
Okay.
listen to
Okay.
every intro whenever he came up compared to everybody else, it always got louder when Chipper Jones came up to bat.
but
So
Chipper wasn't even the best player on any of them teams,
it,
right? It's arguably you could say no. Arguably, you got to say a pitcher. You got to say Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Schmaltz. You got to say one of them because that they won that title in '95.
I get it, and he was a rookie then, so I'm not. counting that, but by the time we played the Yankees in the late '90s, because what was that? It was 2000 in the '99 or 2000 World Series.
99, 99.
Chipper Jones was the best player on that team,
But he didn't win. You just said he's the
Yeah,
one
they
that
didn't
won
win.
but
the
he
World
was a
Series. They didn't
part
win.
of a World Series, though. That's what I'm saying. He
He helped
he
save the
had
World
big
Series
hits in the
actually
World Series.
because he made that diving play at third base. Y'all, you got to remember he saved some runs on that play.
Chipper
I think it's
Jones
really
Chipper Jones made a major contribution to us against the Rockies, against the Reds,
Hmm.
getting to that World Series.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Matt Ryan was the head of the snake for us getting to the Super Bowl, but we did not win it.
yeah.
Sorry.
man. Uh, I don't know. I know it sounds crazy. I view baseball as more of a team sport than football. I know that sounds crazy. Uh man, I just can't say. If anything, I was leaning deep Dominique.
Hmm.
That's just, but that's because of the era I grew up in, things like that. I would say if I had to vote though, I'd go with Matt. The best,
Mm.
the greatest, or Evander Holyfield. Maybe you got to go that way, right? Evander
Eh,
Oh,
Holyfield.
well,
eh.
Hey, he from Atlanta.
he from the A.
He
I
won.
He from
He
the
hey
A.
won. He
man,
won the big one.
He won the big one.
He won the big
I,
one.
that's cool.
No,
Elizabeth, he
team
going
sport.
to
Team. How about team
Elizabeth going to
sports?
join him. Yeah, nah, it's
I got to
Team
go with
sport.
Matt Ryan though.
I go with Matt.
Mathis. I
Yeah.
got to go with Matt. I got to go with Matt.
that's terrible.
But anyway, is, isn't this one of yours? Hold on,
That's mine right
that's
there.
yours.
Yep. That's mine.
We get to
Clay
talking
really
Matt.
about it
stealing
now.
all of them for real. He really stealing
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt. Clay was in our meeting. He was in our prep meeting. That's what he was
them.
doing.
Yeah.
But yes, that. But for your first pass in the NFL to be that. To be a touchdown. And granted, he didn't throw a bomb, but he threw it far enough. For that to be a touchdown pass, your first pass, that was just a precursor of what was to come. So yes, that is my third greatest Falcons memory is that one. I got an honorable mention a little bit later, but that's my
Hmm.
third right there. And Clay, we didn't say Hank Aaron just because Hank Aaron did not spend the majority of his career in Atlanta. I think that's why we ruled out Hank Aaron. Granted, he broke the record here, but when we talk about, I think we consider Hank Aaron to be more Milwaukee than anything. Is that right?
Yeah, he's more
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Well,
She
just to
said,
let y'all know, Chipper Jones played all his time here. Matt Ryan went to the Colts. Okay.
You know
I
what?
know it might have been trash while he was there, but he went to the
"Oh
Colts.
man,
Uh, hey, Matt Ryan actually made our unicorn look like a unicorn. He sprinkled unicorn dust out
He
there and made
did.
made that
That is
he,
true. That is true.
he made that man look like a legit fourth round pick as a rookie.
not a fourth round pick."
I'm sorry, a legit number four
Fourth
pick in the
overall,
first
fourth
round. My bad.
overall pick.
He's
Fourth
looking like a
overall
fourth
Yeah.
pick.
round
My
pick
bad.
now.
You're looking like a fourth round pick right now. My bad.
Clay said that
That
was
was a
Michael
Freudian
Jenkins' only
slip.
good play.
Nah. Michael Jenkins actually had a
He was
few good
solid.
plays. He just
Yeah,
wasn't
I'm
worth
saying.
the first round draft. He just wasn't worth being a first round pick though. Not to me. Nah.
Yeah,
He had a couple.
that's right. They traded back up into the first round after what they picked. Hall, D'Angelo Hall first.
Yeah.
Then picked Michael Jenkins. Yeah, yeah, that's right. What's going on, wide body? Chuck said Matumbo, man.
Nah, wasn't here long enough. Don't get me wrong. I got a Matumbo jersey in the closet right now, but he wasn't here long enough.
That's the jersey the Hawks need to go back to. If it's the one with
That
the
one with the
bird,
big,
the
Oh,
bird
that's
yeah,
it.
with the
on the
bird on it.
front. Yeah,
Oh,
they need to go.
let me tell you how my 19-year-old son trying to punk me, right? So he says, "Hey, Dad, I got a 2000s party I'm going to this weekend." So it's a base. It's the theme of the party is the early 2000s, right?
Hmm.
So he was like, "Is this how y'all used to dress?" And he went out and bought some jorts, some really long, blue jean shorts, and he got some Timberlands, and I gave him a Steve Smith jersey, Steve Smith Hawks jersey, right?
Hmm.
So he wearing that, and he was like, "Yeah, I think you gave me a jersey from a dude that played with the Hawks in the '60s. Look, son,
Not the
stop,
60s.
stop right there. You gonna make me put hands on you." Talking about the '60s. And then he said the party was good. He was like, "Yeah," he said, "Oh, this how y'all used to dress." I got pictures. He did look like, I mean, like he stole, like he raided my closet from 1998,
60.
1999. He did
Oh,
look
okay.
like, yeah, he did it right. He did it right. He said the music was a little '90s though. He said they was playing DMX, and I was like, son, DMX was like 1999 into 2000. They was right on point.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Man,
he tried to get me with that.
not
The
Steve
Steve
Smith.
Smith played in the
Golly.
'60s.
You know, you brought back a
You
quick
leave
memory.
yourself. You left yourself open for it. That's the problem.
I don't know if you remember back when the first time I remember Steve Smith when he played for the Heat, I believe. Or was it the
Yeah.
Heat or the
Nah, he was
Hawks?
with the Heat. He was with
He
the
was with
Heat.
the Heat. And the Hawks got to fighting with the with the Heat one time. And all I can remember was Dwayne Farrell. Y'all remember Dwayne Farrell for
Yeah.
the Hawks? He was getting choked. The Atlanta Journal Constitution had him had what was his
A
name?
picture of him like that.
Luke was it something Grant? Was it Grant Long? Um, not, it was Grant somebody, not the one from the not from the Bulls, but golly. Anyway,
Nah,
he
then
was
it
choking
probably
him.
was Grant Long then.
Grant Long, Grant Long.
Yeah.
Man, his man Dwayne Farrell, doggone tongue sticking out. He was getting choked. Man, that's back in the days when they really cared and they really fought for their teams. And that's the first time I can remember anything about Steve Smith. And he was lighting up the Hawks pretty bad.
When he
Lighting
came
up the
to
Hawks
Atlanta,
pretty, huh?
you know how happy I was when he came to Atlanta. I just knew he was going. I knew he was about to get a chip. Knew it. Steve Smith was a baller for real.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
every
yeah.
even back then, we used to have the arguments like who was supposed to be the next Jordan, right? Who gonna be the next Jordan, not really understanding nobody was gonna be Jordan.
Hmm.
And who they mentioned from Miami? Who was it from Miami? They used to call him Baby Jordan.
Oh,
Harold Miner. Harold
minor,
Miner.
minor, minor.
Yeah, Harold Miner was in that conversation. Uh, Ron Harper was in that
Harper
conversation.
was in that conversation.
Matter of fact,
Harper
Ron
was
Harper
definitely
was
in that conversation.
in
Knee
hindsight.
problem. Yeah.
When he
Yeah,
got hurt with the Cavaliers, boy, man. Woo, before then,
man. So
yeah.
he was right there. I remember having arguments. I was like, Steve Smith, that's joy. He got Jordan tendencies. Yeah.
Hmm.
I was happy when Smith came to us.
Yeah, he was a good shooter. All right, so here's one. Um, I think Clay shot this out. Let's see. Dion first punt return. Y'all remember that against the Rams?
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Was that 88? Something like that? 89?
80,
89.
89.
89. Um, went back, first punt return, fumbled it, picked it up, took it to the house. And you know who what trips me out when I look at that, I realize I listened to the announcer. It's the announcer from the Bulldogs, man. From God, I can't remember his name right now. The old announcer um, for the Georgia Bulldogs as well.
It wasn't Larry Munson, was it? You're not talking about
Larry
Larry Munson.
Munson. It was Larry
Okay.
Munson. Oh my God, look at Dion. Larry Munson. It's been so long since I heard his name. And I love the way that play ended. I got it as well. Let me put that up. It was just so amazing, man, how fast that guy was. And that was his first. We saw him in Florida State. We saw him, and we just could not wait until he came to Atlanta. And this is how it looked.
He another one. Didn't look like he was ever running that fast.
Hey man, that
Yes, he
cat was
did.
looking at the at the defender trying to catch it.
He
Look,
started
now,
high stepping right after that.
He was high stepping after that. Yeah.
out of all the plays he didn't look like he was running fast was when he came back to Atlanta and
Oh yeah.
intercepted Jeff
Intercepted that
George over
ball.
there on the sideline.
Man.
and then took
He
off.
he took his time looking at everybody. He wasn't running fast at all then.
I hate that dude. I can't stand that dude.
I was just
Who,
saying.
Dion?
I can't stand
Why you
Dion,
don't
yo.
like
I
Dion,
really
man?
can't. No, because of that. Like when we have if we break it down and we talk about our worst Falcons moments, that would be one of my worst Falcons
Oh
moments.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get
Would
it.
be that interception and taking it to the house. Man,
But
nah.
one of the worst ones should be Andre Rison getting
Getting beat
clapped
down.
on in the dome. That should be one of your worst.
Hey, now
Dude.
for real, do y'all think that was staged? Do you think it was staged?
Mm,
That fight?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do too.
yeah.
well, he still lost. That's all I'm saying.
Andre Rison needed something.
Andre
He
Rison
needed
lost a
something at
lot.
that time. He was dealing with some stuff. He was dealing with some stuff. I think his house got burned down, right? Man, he was
Man,
dealing with
look.
some things.
Hey, hey. If you remember Left Eye back in the day, I mean, I could have put up with a little bit of crazy. I could have, So
Yeah.
I can't blame him for that. Can't blame him for that.
Man, don't burn my house down. Bust my windows out. Something up my car. Something. Don't burn flat my tires.
Keep my
Don't burn my
car.
house down. Hey, Chuck said that was a Jabot jeans. He gave you some. Why about it? So,
Mm.
okay, Grady leaving.
You
Is that one
saying
of the
worst? That's
worst?
one of the worst.
Worst?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
How? Y'all were okay with
Man,
him leaving. Y'all were
But
okay.
still, it's gonna. You know how it's gonna be. It's gonna be real weird seeing him in another jersey, right? Chicago Bears. That don't even seem right. That's gonna be to me like seeing Joe Montana in a Chiefs jersey.
jeez.
You know, just don't seem right. It don't.
For him to not have the production. This was y'all. He ain't do nothing. Well, if he ain't do nothing, it don't matter.
I get
Okay?
it.
And he from where I'm from. So it don't matter.
But I'm a member of Grady Bunch. I mean, that's just he's Grady. He came here. What 2016 was his rookie year, right? So he was a
Yeah, the
rookie
Super Bowl.
on that Super Bowl team, and
Hmm.
the last one, if I remember right, he the last one to
Yes,
leave.
yep,
Ain't nobody
yep,
else on the
yeah.
team.
Mm-hmm,
So I mean, that's kind of an end of an era type situation, and
mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't be so bad if he was not a stand up dude. Like you really thought that maybe he could retire as a Falcon. And he'll come back, put him in the ring of honor and all that. And I got nothing but love for the dude, but it
Mm-hmm,
hurt. It did. Just
mm-hmm.
it's like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, we understand the business side. That's what Widebody said.
Well, y'all the
Man,
reason why I feel the way I feel now. Because, I was saying keep him, and y'all like, what am I gonna keep him for? Gonna keep all that money. What is he doing? So
We need
now,
no. We need to
yeah,
go back and look at the video. We need to go back and look at the tape
we
because
can
I don't
find it.
remember
Y'all
ever
wanted him
saying.
gone.
I ain't say I wanted him gone. Say if he was gonna come back at a cheaper price, right? And then I believe we said if somebody offers him more, if he could get more money, by all means. Ain't never gonna knock a man for taking care of his family.
True.
so
He got Falcons in his DNA.
in DNA, he's a legacy. So check this out, Mathis. Look what Widebody said. If he was on the defense now, you still worried about the defensive line right now with the new coach coaching the
No,
defense,
no.
right?
Then that
I,
means to
I
me, we got rid of the wrong one.
Yeah,
You think
yeah,
we should
yeah.
got rid
But
of
guess what?
Anyamata?
We wouldn't
Should
have
have
had
got
to
rid of
get rid of
Anyamata.
anybody if it wasn't for Terrence and old Kurt. So
But true.
business is business, huh? So he said 2015 was his first year. Okay. When Jake came, okay.
Dang, Jake has been there since what? 12, what was it 12 or 13?
About 13 years.
Peace.
Yeah, going on 13 years. No, going on 13. Yeah. Yeah. Jonte, you say your worst is Mike Vick, the issues with the dogs.
So I just letting him go. One of my words is Mike Vick breaking his leg in
Played against the
Oh
Ravens
my
in the
God.
preseason.
the
Preseason, man.
preseason. I remember I think I was in recruiter school for that one.
Hey,
Oh, by the way, I got an honorable mention for one of
Mhm.
my favorite Falcons moments. September 16th, 1973. The Atlanta Falcons beat the New Orleans Saints 62-7 in Tulane Stadium. Honorable mention. I was a jit. I was a wee pup. God knew what he was doing that day because that's an
Goodness
honorable
gracious.
mention in my book.
You went way back.
62-7.
you are reaching.
Maybe Auntie Pam, the only one that can remember that stuff.
That's my honorable mention.
60
As
what?
always, it's F the Saints all the time.
I agree. It was you said 60 what? 66.
2-7.
Goodness gracious.
Now
Yes,
look,
that was a
that
bad.
was that was the suit going to the game, and that's just security behind them. Make sure don't nobody tackle them. That's what we
No,
gonna say.
that's what we're
That's
gonna
what
say.
it is.
Mm, yeah, that was rough, man. And the
Nah,
Falcons were
uh,
good and terrible after that. For
true,
what,
but
three?
we did have more good times with Michael Vick, and he was the first person to go into Green Bay and beat
Mm-hmm.
them in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I think somebody brought that up. I think Clay brought that up.
that was
Yep.
a memory
Yep. That was the first time anybody beat them in the playoffs at
in
home, right?
Green Bay.
In
Yeah.
Yep.
Green Bay.
Wow. That's a great memory. Yeah. Anybody else got some good ones? I gotta. Well, like you said, Mathis. Which one? Which one were you saying about Julio?
It was really it's okay. It is officially the second best catch in Super Bowl history. The toe
Maybe
tap on the
first.
sideline.
Was it not
The
the
first,
first? Not the
the
best?
first has to be Santonio Holmes because it
Santonio.
was on the sideline to win the game with no time left on the clock.
Mm,
Mm,
So,
mm.
because at one point in
gotcha.
time, I was saying that was the best catch. Julio's was the best catch, but with Ben Roethlisberger doing that, you can't beat that. I'm sorry,
Gotcha.
you can't.
So I thought you was gonna go with the helmet catch, but
N-
is that
n-
better? And I agree. The helmet catch was kind of it. Is that better than Eli Manning hitting
To Mario
Manningham on the
Manningham,
sideline? Yeah.
yes. Because to be honest with you, I've seen people do that in regular games. It was just the. Come on, man. We've seen harder catches on the sidelines at any point in time throughout the regular season or the postseason. It was just because it was in the Super Bowl. Look at what Aaron Rodgers did to the Cowboys when before they came to Atlanta to play us. Aaron Rodgers spit out to the right, threw one down the sideline that they tight end had to catch on his side. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. But
you
this
know,
one, like with that one with man, and you know what? As I rewatched the one with Julio and Matt Ryan, I say the same thing. That one with Manning and Manningham, I think it was two quarterbacks that could have made that throw, and one of them was Aaron Rodgers. The other one was Eli Manning. And I say roughly the same thing in 2016. It's not a whole lot of quarterbacks that could have made that throw. One of them was Matt Ryan. He's probably 50% of the quarterbacks that could have made that throw at that time.
okay.
But to
Repeat. Who you said it wasn't a lot of people that could have made that throw at one point?
nah. In my opinion, that Manning to Manningham throw was a little better. And I remember because I just remember when I saw it, I said, man, ain't nobody could have made that throw except, and I had to run down the list. I was like, Tom Brady couldn't have made that throw.
What?
Shoot,
What?
What are you
no.
saying?
No,
Brady
Two
could make
men
that
in
he
the
throw.
could
league
not have
that could
made
have
that
made
throw.
that throw.
Okay.
What are you
Wow.
saying right
Eli
now?
was not the best quarterback to me.
He
Eli
wasn't the
was a
best
playoff
quarterback.
quarterback.
He was a playoff quarterback. And at that time, the only other quarterback I could have seen making that throw was Aaron Rodgers. That was it.
Wow.
Nobody, that throw was off the
Yeah.
charts. I mean, where he put it, where he had to put it, where he had to catch it, that throw was off the charts. And I kind of feel the same way with the Matt Ryan throw. That's all I'm saying. But you
That
know,
is,
you saying
Dar- Daryl, that
I forgot
is
about the Santonio Holmes.
absolutely terrible.
So if the Falcons would have won the Super Bowl, that Julio Jones would have
Oh
been the
yeah,
greatest. Okay, I got
that's the greatest catch of all times.
Daryl, I'm not letting this go, Daryl. You have got to be out of your mind.
you.
When you had people
Yeah,
like
saying
you
Eli.
said you just said Tom Brady couldn't make
Tom
it.
Brady could not have
Then
made
you
that
have
throw.
then you got I understand you don't like the Saints, but Drew Brees was in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton
Drew Brees
Manning
couldn't have made
had
that
some
throw.
of the best touch a quarterback could ever have.
Peyton
Um,
Manning couldn't have made that throw.
sir,
That
whoever made the
that was
throw was going
What
to be the
up,
only
T?
person that made the throw.
that was Eli. I'm serious. That was Eli being playoff Eli. Playoff Eli is the most clutch quarterback out there. Yeah, yeah. Right. When
You
he
know
hit
what?
playoffs, when he
Philip
hit the
couldn't have done
playoffs,
it. Philip couldn't
Yeah.
have done it.
forgot about Phillip Rivers.
Hey, look,
But you
after
had
this
all of
one,
them.
hey, yo, after this one, the Jedi can't do no more mind tricks because he's trying to play tricks on us
He
right now.
playing tricks on folks. We got to be like Jabba. Your mind tricks don't
We
work on
can
me, boy.
name
Phillip.
now. I'm gonna tell you right now, the quarterback play in that generation was better than the quarterback play that's going on right now.
Absolutely.
Most
So
F.
it's at
Most
least
F.
so it's at least 10 quarterbacks that could have made that throw. At least 10.
I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm thinking in that era, you had Brady, you had Eli Manning. They were playing the big game. You had Ben Roethlisberger. You had Aaron Rodgers. You had Phillip Rivers.
Drew.
Uh, Drew Brees was around. Matt Ryan. No, yeah, Matt
Yeah.
Ryan.
You had what's his name? Oh, the guy. Oh God, I can't think of anybody's name right now. Um, played for the Rams for the won the Super Bowl with the Rams.
Matt
Kurt
Stafford.
Warner. Kurt
Kurt
Warner.
Warner.
Kurt
Kurt
Warner.
Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner
Kurt Warner.
definitely could have made that
He
throw.
had that touch. Kurt
Not
Warner.
then. Not then. At that time?
Yeah. No. Okay. Kurt Warner
No.
was what?
What are we talking about?
That was
Kurt Warner
08. That
won
was
in
Wait a minute.
08.
1990.
No,
He
no,
finished in
Talking
wait,
about
wait,
08.
11.
because
Okay.
He was with
he
He
went
was
Atlanta.
to
gone. He was gone.
oh,
I think Kurt was
he
done.
went to the Super Bowl in 2010. That throw was what, 09? 08? No,
I
he
think it
won
was
it.
after
Okay,
that.
he won in 2007. And in 2011, Kurt Warner could have made that throw. That was the next year.
I ain't buying that one.
You're
I ain't buying
not
that
buying
one.
anything right now. You
You
don't
say
need to buy nothing.
you
Ah,
say there's 10 quarterbacks.
Thank you.
Romo
what's up,
could
Thank
have
you,
made
Eugene?
that in his sleep.
Gene. Thank you,
Y'all
Gene.
He
I
stop.
was
said
Tony
Romo.
Tony Romo
Stop.
could have made that throw.
You are
Tony
trolling right
Romo,
now. You are trolling right
why?
now. You are trolling.
Man, I need you to see
When
my
have you ever
eyes.
seen Romo?
What about here? McNabb?
Tony Romo made plenty of plays.
McNabb. I would say McNabb had the arm strength. But even then, could
Okay,
he have? Because wait, McNabb went when the last time McNabb went to the Super Bowl? He went in 06?
2000. He went in 2004.
04. I'm sorry, 06. No, he yeah, 04. That was my last year. Yeah, okay, 04. That was the mishap with Janet Jackson, right? That year?
It might have been.
Might remember that.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Might remember that one.
Yo, stop trying to change the subject. The fact that
Jay
you can
Cutler by
say,
no means.
"Oh, Donovan McNabb could possibly
I,
have made that throw,"
I
but
had to think.
all
I
these
had to
other
think about
quarterbacks that we named couldn't is beyond
Aaron
me.
Aaron Rodgers.
Matthew
Yes.
Stafford.
Aaron Rodgers. Yes.
And
Okay.
Eli,
Maybe
Eli
Matt
didn't have
Stafford.
a
You say Matt
Eli
Stafford.
didn't have an arm that a lot of these dudes had. You
Playoff
tripping?
Eli did.
I don't.
Playoff
No,
Eli did
no,
have it.
no, 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 no.
Eli goes to
Playoff
the playoffs.
Eli.
Eli goes to the playoffs twice. Eli wins the Super Bowl twice.
Defense. He didn't do it because of him. He just made two. He made two lucky throws.
Right, 2 good throws.
Two.
Now it's luck
And a bunch of handoffs.
Hey, look, just catch the ball on your helmet is look.
I don't know that one. I don't even count. Like I said, they say that's the greatest play. I don't even buy it because
Now look, I'm gonna give you this. The throw and catch to Mario Manningham was an excellent throw and a great placement. The catch was kind of regular. It was just the scenario they were in. They were in the Super Bowl. That catch doesn't make anything if it's the regular season.
Go watch that catch. Go rewatch that catch. That's like saying Julio's catch was nothing special because they're roughly the same. Roughly. Julio's toe tap is a little better, but they're roughly the same.
No, they're not because nobody was between him and the ball. The ball is on his outside shoulder. Julio had somebody in front of him that I still don't know how didn't knock the ball down. That's totally different.
So then what you're telling me is it was a better throw by Manning.
Oh my God.
I mean,
you know what? What's next? Because I'm blowed. I was already gone for the fact that he
y'all feel
named.
about this one?
Get him off the screen. He part of the reason why we didn't even stand a chance in the Super Bowl.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, preacher man.
He would have been okay in today's time, but he was before his time. I'm blowed, man. I need to go fix something because me just sit here talking with Daryl right now. I don't know what to say. I just can't believe it.
Was this not the worst? One of the worst of all times.
Second worst.
Second worst
behind Mike Vick.
What, Vick, yeah.
Breaking his leg,
or no, Vick, no, Vick and the dog. Then
Vick and the dog.
Then this. Yeah.
That's my worst. That's my worst right there.
Yeah.
Because come on, man. I mean, I understand that you want to party and all that, but come on, dog. The day before the game.
But that's why I said, if this was going on now, wouldn't nobody even thought twice about it. But still a little bit better off back then, so you couldn't really do certain things.
So let me ask a question, man. And this might be blasphemous to some Falcons fans. Dan Reeves. I respect him as a coach, but I did not like the way he handled the teams coming into the Super Bowl. Even with Denver, he did the same thing. So I remember he said, we have 2 weeks. They didn't do anything for that first week in regards to implementation or prepping for the team. And then on the last week, that's when they do their implementing and working on plays, this and that. Man, I'm sorry, that did not work. He didn't have the team prepared. And it seems like every team that he had with Denver were not prepared for the Super Bowl. How y'all feel about Dan Reeves? Bless his soul, but him as a coach.
I mean, hey, he wanted to give his boys a week of rest, right? That's the only thing I can think of is he's trying to let them rest up, get their mind right, get prepared. And then you got Super Bowl week, right? You got the run up because by then that was a thing, Super Bowl festivities, nothing like it is now. But I mean, if Eugene Robinson does not go off the reservation, do they win?
Yes, I believe so. Because he was the mental, he was the heartbeat of that defense at that time, man. He was the only one.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the heartbeat of that defense. Huh?
Jesse Tuggle was on that team. I don't know if he was the heartbeat.
Jesse Tuggle ain't never won nothing, man. Eugene was the one you knew that he had that he knew how to win. He had a championship ring. And matter of fact, I think he was the only one on that defense that had a championship ring. I know they made a big stink about that and the fact that he was that that leader, the spiritual leader, and also the heartbeat of the defense. He knew how to, he knew what it took to win. But, now I know Cornelius Bennett was there, but hey, he didn't win. He played in 4 Super Bowls. He lost 4 Super Bowls, but he did not win. He was a great player for the Falcons. Eugene was the man. So
then if they win that one, are you talking this about Dan Reeves?
I would still say that about Dan Reeves. I wish they would have won, of course. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, Kirby, he kind of does that as well, but it works out. We have so much more talent than a lot of these teams when it comes to that G. But everything being even and equal, no man, you gotta you might not have to run them as hard on that first week, but you gotta start preparing for the next team. I'm sorry, you can clean up some of your act, yes, you can clean up some of your act, but you got to prepare for the next team. Now, Georgia this year or this past season, I think it was because of quarterback play. Of course, your boy Carson Beck got hurt, and Gunnar Stockton wasn't ready. But if we had a decent quarterback, I think Georgia would have gone even a little bit further with the way that Kirby runs playoff practice. But Dan Reeves, 4 times in a row, man, his teams were not prepared 4 times in a row. I'm just saying.
I'm with both of y'all, but on the lines of I like the rest, but it still should be something where you have a hold on your team. Like if you're not going to do any type of, they were still really practicing then. So if you're not going to do any real practice, film study, whatever type of basic walkthroughs you can do, treatment, all this type of stuff. It didn't need to be out partying this, that, and the third. Like it should have still been on the schedule.
And see,
And or
could you
vice versa. If you want to do more of your practice in the first week to still give your body a chance to heal and be fresh for the Super Bowl, you can do that. Where it's walkthroughs the second week, but he didn't have a handle on the team by the team.
if you would have had more veterans that had won before, that had won the championship before, could you imagine that happening with Ray Lewis then? Or with a bunch
Well,
of
wait now, because Ray
well,
Lewis,
well,
that
let
you
me
talking
let
about
me
the
let me
wrong person.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying the later years of Ray Lewis. Those guys, I forgot. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. But no, I'm just saying, if you had some real strong veterans, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the older Ray Lewis before he
You talking about
retired, right?
old Ray Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Ed Reed, all them guys, they held each other accountable. That wouldn't have happened, man. But the fact is, he was the only veteran that had won the championship. He was the only one that knew what it took to win the championship. Then he let the team down. And I'm sorry, you can't go out there being the spiritual leader
Well,
and winning the
okay.
Man of the Year award
So
and all this and that.
what you're saying is cool, but look at this past season because Denver had won the year before. They had beat the Packers in the Super Bowl, right?
Hmm.
So a lot of that team was there.
Yeah,
Look at this past Super Bowl. It was probably only 2 people on that team that might have been on the team. When Philly won in 2017, and that was Fletcher Cox was gone. He retired.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then you
So
only have
really nobody.
Graham. You don't have Graham. Graham was the last person on that team, at least on the defensive side of the ball, that was on that Super Bowl team. So it falls in the same way. Like you can still go out there and play. Do I feel like the game would have been closer. I'm not saying we go out there and win, but that pass to Rod Smith probably doesn't happen, or he's probably not wide open like that. Like it's just certain stuff that is probably different, man. But the offense still went out there and it was a dud, so it don't make no difference.
Just think about it though. When you talk about Philly, how many of those players played in the Super Bowl the other year? Just a ton of
In
them. A ton of
2017,
them.
that was
No. A couple years ago, when they lost against Kansas City.
They lost against
Okay,
Kansas City.
Yeah, but that
They was
whole
basically a repeat.
team was on the Super Bowl team. They lost, but
okay.
they made it there. They they knew what it took. Falcons had
Oh,
none of that. I'm just saying.
the Saints didn't either. When they went and beat the Colts, the Saints didn't either. So to me, yes, it plays a part
That's
to know how to carry yourself and maybe how to get your mind. But when a team breaks through for the first time, when you got all these new people, like you getting ready to experience something that's different.
so when it comes to the Saints, Mathis, I know you clicking out. When it comes to the Saints, they didn't have anybody to act up either. You see what I'm saying? Though they might not have had a ton of veteran, veteran players that had won a championship, they didn't mess up. They didn't mess up. So that's all I got to say. And the year before they had lost against the Bears, right before in the championship game, right? NFC championship game, they lost against the Bears in the playoffs, the Saints, the year before.
Oh, shit.
When the
Oh,
Bears
09?
lose
You saying
against
09?
Indianapolis, right?
No, that was 06. That was the 05 into 06 year.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm
But the
saying. They
Saints the
had
Saints
been
Saints
So
won
they
in
had players on the
2010.
team that had been to a certain
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
right, right. But like I said, they no, if Drew Brees had gone out and got caught up in, some
And the
fun and
cocaine
games,
fueled drug
yeah, and that'd have been
binge.
different. But anyway,
So
we could go on about
my
Eugene. He was
true,
one.
we could. So, but since we on this, my thing is when we can't always just place blame on the players. So I never really was super upset about the last Super Bowl because, to be honest with you, it wasn't the players' fault. Like our cornerbacks went out there and played man to man for majority of the game and they played
Man,
pretty decent.
man.
Look, play calling was the reason we lost that last Super Bowl, and you can't tell me it wasn't because
How
this
many fourth
dummy.
down, Mathis? How many fourth downs does it take to get one stop? When
I,
did
I
when did that
but,
catch
but
from
but why were
Edelman?
we in a situation where we were relying on the fourth downs though? We were
What
still up
down was
20.
it? Come
Now I
on,
gotta
man.
start agreeing with Chuck. We
Come on,
blew it.
man.
We
What
blew
down
it.
was it when Edelman caught that catch?
It was probably like second or third down. It wasn't a fourth
God,
down play. But still,
how many fourth downs did we have in that last drive?
look, I get you. But
And the
look at
ball
the
popped up
same.
in the air, man. It just
So
couldn't even get
look,
up under it. I'm sorry.
Dan Quinn learned. I feel like he now being the head coach again, he has learned his lesson on how to do certain stuff. And to be honest with you, in the Falcons and Washington game this year, you could tell he was letting the clock run all the way down towards the end. They were playing differently. We didn't even see the ball in overtime for real. So, but the offensive coordinator ain't learned nothing.
Right, because
He
he
went
went
out
on
the next year
same thing.
and did the same thing.
Hmm.
And then in the 98 Super Bowl, we turn around. Okay, we get the fourth down. We don't take the points. Even it's 4th and 1. Now, yes, we had the second best running back in the league at the time for that season. But to go up 3-0 and at least apply some pressure on the other
Hmm.
team,
Hmm.
sometimes it makes more sense just getting three than not to get nothing.
Hmm.
So in our Super Bowl losses, it ain't always been just because the players want to go see some strippers or uh, coaching
You're
is
right,
involved too.
coach, and that's why I say Dan Reeves, and I guess we could throw in um,
Oh yeah,
our offensive,
no, we ain't gonna throw in Dan Quinn. We're gonna throw in
uh,
the dummy.
yeah, Shanahan. Yeah, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. Clay said the organization has had multiple moments in time to change its trajectory, but we always Falcon in the moment. Hopefully, it changes this year, and I believe it will. I believe it will because first of all, we got rid of Jimmy Lake Lanier, got rid of him.
Yeah.
And I didn't, I was wondering if they were going to fire him. If Morris even had the gall to fire him, his boy. I'm glad he did. Then you bring in Ulbrich from the Jets. The Jets have always had, perennially always had a great defense from as far as I can remember. Always had a good defense. Boom. And then you draft a Bulldog with the first pick. Amen. And not just any Bulldog, one of the best Bulldogs. And then you jump back into the first round and get another top player in the SEC. They went defense, but they did something this year that they hadn't done in a long, maybe ever. When was the last time they drafted two players in the first round on defense? Ever.
They hadn't drafted
Never,
one
ever, huh?
in the first round of defense.
Right.
In years.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right. So, Clay, I think we are. And we'll see. Another year
hey,
with Robinson.
Mathis say 14-3.
Oh, yeah. Mathis, he's
Go
high. He's
look at
high on the Falcons. He might be
look
high
at
on
the
something else, but he's
schedule.
definitely high on the Falcons.
Look at the schedule. We got about after the bye. I don't want to say it's right after the bye, but probably like from week 6 to week 12, we have a stretch of games that we should win. If we can come out of the gate 3-1, I don't want to hear neither one of y'all jumping the ship on y'all's record.
Look, I'm just saying we should have beat the Chargers last year. We should have beat the Seahawks last year. We should have beat Denver. Right?
No. We had no chance
No,
against
he had no
Denver.
chance against Denver.
We had no
We
chance against the
should have
Seahawks.
beat. What?
No, we had a chance against the Seahawks.
In essence,
Early.
here's the thing.
We gave that
here's
up
the problem.
really quickly.
Last year, our defense was trash, right? Our defensive coordinator was trash. So we didn't know that coming into the year. We had no clue that's what he was going to run. We should have beat the Steelers. The Steelers didn't even score a touchdown. We should have beat them. We should have beat the Saints. So there's a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas, and I hope you're right. If you're right, if we go 14-3, I'm gonna buy Mathis Fathead. I'm gonna put it right up there with Harry Potter.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Hey, yo, put that last comment back up there. That one about the GOAT. Hey, look, this is one of my A&M buddies. Hey, look, Gene. Nobody ever said he was the GOAT, okay? Nobody claimed that he was better than Tony Romo.
Oh, okay.
Because Tony ain't seen no Super Bowl nowhere.
So that's you and him talking. So that's some junk. You done talk to him, huh?
Oh, man, come on.
He said
whatever he's trying to say, I'm countering him.
Is he a Cowboys fan?
He's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he is the one that said something about Romo,
time we do that, the next time we do the show, I want him on here. I want him on here. I want him on here.
He's on the engagement meeting. We'll make sure
we got another honorable mention. November 12th, 2017. Adrian Claiborne gets 6 sacks against the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
That's another honorable mention. I mean, just saying. So
the Cowboys don't like playing in Atlanta. I can tell you that.
He said we gave him the business last year,
though. The Cowboys really don't like playing here.
And Widebody agrees. The Saints, Steelers, Chiefs, Chargers, Panthers. We could have won. Should have won.
Had a shot to beat the Chiefs. I mean, a legit shot.
Should have beat the Chiefs. Throw the ball up a little bit higher. I bet if Michael Penix was in there, we'd have beat the Chiefs.
So what was our record last year?
9-8.
8-9.
No, 8-9. 8-9.
We were 8-9. Now, before we started the season, I said our record was gonna be 13-4. That was it. Y'all better jump on this train before you get left behind. Okay.
And that was with a bad defense and a bad defensive coach. So I'm really expecting a ton this year from the Falcons, man, because of what they did in the offseason. Right
You're
quick,
right, man.
what's going on with Kyle Pitts, man?
We're trying to
He has an
trade him.
undisclosed injury.
We're trying to trade him.
I think they're trying to keep him off the field because
Oh, oh,
they're listening to trades.
oh.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I think they stupid if they trade this dude.
They are.
With
They are.
what is going on with the team, the offense is pretty much set. Like, do not let Kyle Pitts go now. Don't do it.
When
It
you
is
have the
no.
starting quarterback on point, have him on your side. Yeah, man.
Don't
You
do
got
it.
to keep him. You got to keep him now.
I actually hope it is like a tweaked muscle or something like that, to where we really are
I didn't even think about that.
allowing him to heal. But don't sit up here and act like this is something from the government that y'all don't really want us to know what's going on. We ain't got to treat it like that. If you try and trade him, just have the balls to say you trying to trade him.
The word is everybody's asking for him now. So trying to work out
That's
something with him.
because he will go. Look, if he ends up with Joe Burrow,
Mm.
um, I can't even think of the kid name right now from the Bills, man. That just blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
If he
Josh
ends,
Allen.
Allen,
if he ends
Allen,
up with Josh Allen, Justin Herbert,
it'll work up there.
Hmm?
He'll
it's
work up
about
there
it's
in
about
Buffalo.
4 or 5 quarterbacks. If you put him on that team right now, it'll be him and Brock Bowers for catches and receiving yards for tight ends. But if we leave him here and just what's that face for? I'm
I think he's
confused.
going to be good this year
Hang on,
with
hang on, hang on.
Penix. With
Wait,
Penix, he'll be great.
hang on. What you're saying is because what we said all last year was he's being used wrong, right? He doesn't
Yeah,
have the hips to be a wide receiver.
no, he
He
can't
can't,
dance.
right? So we said all the stuff that was Kyle Pitts related that he was not capable of doing. But you telling me he gets a good quarterback and he gonna have a breakout season
Well, he had an excellent quarterback, and look what he did as a rookie.
as a rookie. But since then he's gone through injury, right? He
Mm-hmm.
got because
True.
Marcus Mariota got him hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and he hasn't been the same since then. Nowhere near the same. So
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't want what I don't want to happen is for him to go to San Diego and ball out, right? And it's him and the Brock Bowers show out in the AFC West.
Ooh,
I don't
Lord.
want that to happen. So I say I agree with you. They stupid if they trade him. Just ride this thing out and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a whole lot of faith in it. If it happens, it happens, and I'll be
Mm-hmm.
very happy. But I don't have a whole lot of faith in it.
So look,
I
this is what's gonna get Kyle Pitts to be what we need him to be. All right.
Mhm.
Two options. Line him up in the backfield to start. Line him up on the outside. Shift him in. Don't just sit him out there with a corner. It's not happening. If you put this dude in motion, he is going to kill. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Let's see.
You
Let's see
use
what
him as
Zach
a tight
Robinson
end.
do.
I think if he can continue to get better and improve in his blocking, he'll be all right.
He'll be okay.
If he can
He will too.
improve in that, because he'll have to sell that thing. He'll have to sell the block. That's how he'll get open in the seam. Selling that block, sells a boom, then he's open. Can't nobody run. I mean, no linebacker can run with him
And if the
one on
Falcon,
one.
if the Falcons actually fix their relationship with Julio Jones, I'm bringing Julio in to talk to him because every Julio got the ball a lot, and so did he his first year. But when Julio didn't get the ball, Julio was still ready to do the small things and be downfield blocking or be the decoy. Like, it is what it is, man. You may be a Hall of Famer because you are the best decoy of all time, and people may understand that. He's
Mm-hmm.
not, but it, it's if it's trying to get to the Super Bowl and you're worried about the team thing, then go out there and catch 30 balls and what? Go to the Super Bowl if that's what it takes.
This is what Widebody said. 9-game win streak off the bye, baby.
Off the bye.
I'm
Off the
telling y'all,
bye.
y'all better go look at the schedule
I'm
again.
liking this. Yeah. You're right. We got to keep him healthy. I do not want to.
We got Kirk Cousins.
Oh man, please, boy.
Hey, Kirk Cousins is a baller.
If he's healthy,
whoever he get traded to, he gonna have a good year.
He going to Arizona.
They're gonna give it to Kyler Murray. You think Murray gonna get hurt?
I think he gonna get hurt.
Hey, check this out, and I think this is 100% true.
Ooh, which one? That
last
one
one.
in the last one in 16, 17?
Yes. Mike Smith would have won that game because we'd have been running that ball, man.
Yeah, they've been running the ball.
We'd have been running that ball, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Tevin Coleman, wasn't it? Tevin Coleman, Tico was the backup.
Devontae Freeman.
Devontae Freeman and Tico.
The problem with the Falcons then, our offensive line was too small. We could no longer run inside. We didn't run inside at all. The runs that we did get with
Yeah, we was a zone blocking scheme.
Once they adjusted to that, we could do nothing. We were not able to do anything. And they did it with the front four. They would blitz those linebackers every once in a while, but they did it with the front four. Made those slight adjustments to kill that small offensive line, and that's what happened. Then we had to throw. Couldn't help but to throw. Can't run it.
Now I will blame y'all's. I'm gonna blame a player for the Super Bowl. I will blame your greatest Atlanta player of all time, y'all two, and that's Matt Ryan.
Greatest Atlanta. What you say?
Y'all said Matt Ryan was the best.
Falcon.
Yeah, Atlanta everything. He's the number one Atlanta sports ever, right?
Yeah.
There's an argument to be said for that. Yeah.
I'm blaming for his clock management.
Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
When?
Go back and look at any of the plays going down the stretch when you could have run time off the clock. Even on the series.
That is coaching, Matthews. You know better than that. You know better than that. That's coaching, man.
So
that's coaching.
Yo, on the series where we caught the pass and got called for holding, everything. The last one, we were still winning. You go back and look at the time, and when he was snapping the ball, it was still 15 seconds on the clock. Okay. What are we rushing for? You the quarterback.
Why was he?
What?
Hold on. It was 15 seconds on the clock, but the clock wasn't running.
No. The clock was running. What I'm saying is
the clock won't, on the offense. If at that time you
not after the hold. I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
Yeah, like during the drive. Nah, don't put your white hat on. You'll start cheating then. During the drive, you're still snapping the ball with 15, 16 seconds on the clock when it should be snapped with 2 or 3 at the most.
I have to look at that again. If so, yeah, I would agree that. Hold on. Yeah, let me think. I have to look. I have to go back and look at it. I can't remember. But I know we should have been running the ball.
Should have been running.
You should have been running the ball. I don't think he was snapping it early. But still, if so, that's coaching, man. Coaching.
That comes into play if they were running the ball.
If they were running the ball.
If they're running the ball, hey, now we know we're just in clock mode. We're just trying to take time off the clock. Yeah, then you snap the ball with 2 seconds on the play clock. But when you out there throwing the ball all over the place and getting
you want
All right, he's trying to get in rhythm at that point. He's trying to He trying to get something done. Nah, that's coaching. That's coaching. I will forever put that on Shanahan and Quinn. I'll forever put that one on Shanahan and Quinn. And Devontae Freeman for missing a block.
Yeah. That hurt really bad.
Like if I gotta go with one player, I'm not saying it's totally his fault.
Check this out. B. Stevens. What's up, B. Stevens? Hey, it could have been the best or worst for the Falcons. Herschel Walker.
When did Walker come out? 84?
Was he talking about? Was he talking about when old man Herschel, when he played for the Eagles, ran about 93 yards up the right side against the Falcons? AB, that's the one you're talking about? I don't know what else he could be talking about. Best or worse? Oh, T. Terry said he's probably going to Kansas City to replace Travis.
Yeah, this probably is last year.
Because who you got to replace him?
A blocking tight end.
Yeah, 2 blocking tight ends. Unless they go out and grab somebody out of free agency like Pittsburgh trying to do.
I know Jonnu Smith won out of Miami. Now that would be something that I would be, huh?
He trying to go to Pittsburgh.
Because
his coach up there.
I think Pittsburgh is a dumpster fire right now. They're a dumpster fire. I'm sorry, Pittsburgh. I believe Pittsburgh is a dumpster fire right now. They don't have a quarterback.
They're gonna be sending Mike Tomlin out there at the beginning of the season. The quarterback.
Tomlin's gonna be gone, man. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that because they don't get rid of coaches.
They don't get rid of coaches.
But they're not gonna win. Coaches. Something got to change up there, man. And then it starts with who the offensive coordinator.
Last year we said that, right? That's what everybody was saying last year. They don't have because they're doing this experiment with Russell Wilson, and they were like they're gonna be a dumpster fire, and they made the playoffs, didn't they? They made the playoffs. No, they had a winning season.
Yeah.
They had a winning season.
Man. They look terrible, man. They look good and terrible. The Falcons should have beat them. They look good and terrible, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: they messed up by not letting Justin Fields continue on in the season. Yeah, I think Justin Fields would have been a little bit more suitable in their playoff game. At the end of the day, Russell Wilson is not getting ready to run for nothing. Having a quarterback with mobility is still something you gotta watch out for, which opens up everything.
Can we agree that Justin Fields is not a good quarterback?
He is not a good quarterback.
Wait a minute. Can we look? Okay.
I'm glad you said that. Can we put that to rest?
No, it's 2 teams you don't want to
rest at the G. He couldn't beat out Fromm, man.
Kirby was just younger and was never gonna start him.
He could not beat out Fromm. The truth is the truth.
Jake Fromm wouldn't have started. Jake Fromm wouldn't have started if Eason didn't get hurt.
Right. But the fact that he
that has nothing to do with
it. He trusted him. He trusted him when he put him in there.
He trusted him to do a fake punt. A fake punt on 4th and 15.
That's all he could do.
No, that was terrible.
That's all he could do. Because
put it on Kirby.
If you look at the recruiting tapes from Harrison High School with Justin Fields, every play was an amazing play because he was rolling back, running around, throwing, and the wide receiver. We should have got whoever the wide receiver was. Because he was wide receiver was making plays like Mike Evans was making plays for Johnny Manziel.
No way.
That's what it looked like.
So what was the kid the Jets drafted a few years ago? The quarterback. Last name Wilson. What's his first name? Zach.
Oh, terrible.
You said a year ago you said you wouldn't have mind Zach Wilson because of his arm talent, right?
Who, me?
No, didn't Daryl? You didn't say that?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Me?
Yeah.
Zach Wilson?
I don't even pay attention to Zach Wilson.
No, maybe we were talking about.
I'm gonna tell you this. As a quarterback coming into the league, maybe until right now. We'll see what happens since the Bears actually did get better as a team. But you did not want to be a new quarterback going to the Jets or the Bears.
No.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
agree.
that right there stunts your growth already. You coming in behind somebody who just got kicked out, quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, none of that matters. You still gonna be trash. You're not gonna get any better. So Justin Fields finds, if he could find the same thing that Brock Purdy came in on, which was the scheme, he would be okay.
He's not
Not a
as
good
accurate as
quarterback.
Brock Purdy.
He's a bad quarterback.
He relies on his legs
A
way
few
too
more
much.
years, you'll find out. You'll realize in a few years.
Well, I don't have to worry about it because he ain't my quarterback. But I'm trying to
Yes,
give him the
he is.
benefit
He
of the doubt.
Georgia, right? I love to watch Georgia fans eat each
Man,
other.
he
It's
left
He's
funny.
Ohio
Georgia,
State.
so no.
He's Ohio
He
State.
left
He did
Georgia.
good at Ohio State, but a lot of quarterbacks do good at Ohio State. So
A lot of quarterbacks do good at Alabama, and the Alabama quarterbacks don't never last in the league
right
until now.
till now, yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah,
Check
until
this
now.
out. Atlanta Fandemic, Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. I thought it said pandemic. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. What's going on? Sorry about that. Hey, Cal should go ham with Penix at the helm. I totally agree. I saw something at the end of the season, man. I'm sorry. I saw something at the end of the season that did get me excited. You know, we've been talking a whole lot about Kyle, but with Michael Penix, things are different, man. Things are different.
Hope you're all right.
Oh, could Michael Penix have made that throw down? Manningham?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
I
know
ain't seen
yet?
enough of Michael Penix. I ain't seen enough of Michael Penix. I mean, he a
Penix in the
gunslinger,
slot.
right?
Yeah. But he can drop that thing in there, man.
Yeah, but he missed some throws like too now. I mean,
Yeah,
and
as a
granted,
rookie, does
rookie,
that. But
right?
then he comes back out and throws fourth and goal and bow, touchdown.
Here's where I trust Michael Penix. Hey, I need to thread that ball into a tight window, 10, 15 yards down the field. Yeah. Here's where I don't trust him yet. I need to put touch on the ball on Mooney running, getting open. I don't trust him yet on that because I saw him miss a lot of throws. He hit some. That throw against the Panthers on the sideline where he hit Kadera Hodge is insane because that
Was
should
a
have been picked
Mario
off twice.
Manningham. That was a Mario Manningham throw.
But what about the pass to London? Back to back. What about that pass to London? Drake London's in the
For the
corner of the end
touchdown?
zone.
For the
That
The
touchdown?
pass to
incompletion and then the
Drake London.
touchdown.
Yeah, went right back to it.
Yeah, but I'm saying he likes to put zip on the ball. That's his thing. He loves to put zip on the ball. And there's going to be a bunch of times, especially when you're talking about Mooney, there's going to be a bunch of times where you can't put zip on it. You got to put air under it.
Touch
And
on
that's
it.
where I think he's kind of, and he'll learn it, I'm sure, right? He was a rookie, so he'll learn it. But yeah, we ain't seen enough of the man to know if he's going to be the next great quarterback in Atlanta. I hope. He's got seems like he has the tools, but we'll see.
I think it will be.
But
Matthews, you need to straighten
did you have
Eugene
that
up.
feeling? Yeah, you need to get him. You need to get on that dude.
For one, I don't.
He,
He an Alabama fan and a Cowboys fan. I
Oh
don't listen to him
Lord.
at all.
so
That's for you.
did you feel that way about Matt Ryan first year? Matt Ryan's rookie year. Did you say Matt Ryan gonna be a great quarterback at Atlanta? And granted, Matt Ryan had a full 16 games.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
I
What I
just thought
saw,
he went out there and played like he wasn't nervous or didn't care. Like he played loose. So when you play loose, regardless of what happens, you tend to be okay. Like the pass to Bijan Robinson against Washington when he did overthrow him, one of your first big passes, probably a little nervous, whatever the case may be. So it is what it is, man. That 6
He's
games
got a
thing
few
that he
of
just put
those.
up was ridiculous.
this is the thing, Daryl, to me. When you see rookies, you see nervousness, You see anxiety. You see happy feet. A lot of running instead of standing in that pocket, reading the defenses and doing what they need to do. You don't see that with Michael Penix, man. You didn't see that with Matt Ryan. You saw poise. And that's what I like about Michael Penix. The fact that he played, 6 years in college. Matt Ryan played 4 years, all full 4 years. That makes a difference. The way that guy is so poised, Michael Penix, and he looks like he's in charge of the team already. He looks like he was in charge of the offense, and they responded to him. I think he's going to be something great. Kind of reminds me of Love up there in Green Bay, becoming a good quarterback, and Stroud out there in Houston becoming a good quarterback. So,
CJ took a step back this year.
I
So
mean, maybe because the offensive line was terrible, but yeah, I mean, and really he didn't have no receivers, man. Oh boy, was Dale. What was his name?
yeah, Dale.
Yeah.
Thank Dale.
Yeah. Kind of hurt. He had a lot of injuries on his side. Still, I think he's gonna be all right. So Penix, the poise, yeah, man. Yeah. That fourth down against Washington, that throw, yeah.
That touchdown to Pitts.
Yeah. That first of all, that
You know why?
makes your team, huh?
You know why?
Why?
Because he knew he had to put he had a window that was that big and getting
And,
smaller,
and that's
and
fine.
he knew he had to put fire on it. He got a gun. There
He got
ain't
a gun.
no problem with that one. He could get the ball where Kirk Cousins could never even dream about anymore.
Right.
I'm just concerned with the deep pass, and again, we'll see. And I know somebody said they watch him in college. Yeah, he did it in college, but that was college.
That's college.
It's plenty of big time throwers in college that don't make it to the NFL or make it in the NFL, I should say. So let's see. I'm gonna give it this year. I hope. Yes, he is. And what you said is true. He looks like he's in total command when he gets when he's standing back there. He don't look like he's deferring to nobody. That's his team. That's his football. He throwing it where he need to go. I agree. Let's see. Because I thought this gonna sound crazy. I thought the same thing about Desmond Ridder in them 4 games that he played at the end of that year. Right? They didn't open up the playbook a whole lot, but Desmond Ridder had 4 years of college at Cincinnati. Right? I said, man, he looked like he know what he's doing out there. And then the next year, Desmond Ridder looked like he had happy feet. We could hang on to the ball. So
I know you can't be no scout. That's what I know.
Watch Desmond Ridder in them 4 games at the end of the year when Marcus Mariota took his ball and went home. Desmond Ridder at the end of the year looked okay. They didn't open up the playbook.
Nah,
right?
he was decent.
There was a lot of runs. He looked okay. I was like, to the point that we felt kind of good. We was like, okay, yeah, we got maybe a serviceable quarterback. There's somebody that can grow with the team.
I'll give you that.
And then he just blew up. And now the kid is shot. Like,
he's
talking about. They said he might retire.
Yeah,
gonna be playing for the Alouettes.
His
for Worthy, I'm not taking Worthy.
No, I ain't taking that. No.
Worthy in a 2nd round pick, and I might.
I ain't doing that though. Ain't nobody doing that.
Why not? Now you got Mooney, Mooney and Worthy for speed. Drake London will be open there every time because all you gotta do is send everybody deep.
Hey, wide body. We not doing none of that Troy Anderson slander on this channel. We don't do that.
Check me out tomorrow, wide body. Got something coming about Troy Anderson. I think you'll like it. I got something. Hey, dog, it's gonna happen. Watch. Something good for Troy is gonna happen this year. I'll talk about it tomorrow, wide body.
I can't believe Yo is siding with you on Troy Anderson, man.
No, but me and you talked about it, Mathis.
We talked about it.
Does it make sense? Does it make sense what I'm gonna say?
It makes sense when nobody else is there to compete. That's like running for office, and that's running for office, and there's nobody else to run with you.
Hey, man, just like Trump and
we can hand him the award right now. We can hand him. I'll have the award made for the next show because ain't nobody else in there.
It's one more person I
Nobody else
think
is in
can
that
go
category.
can vie for it.
Who?
There's one more person. I told you about it. I can't say the
Brave
name
McCray?
now. No, I
I
can't. We
can't.
can't talk about the name now. I got to do the video.
Okay. Do the video.
Ah,
Do the video.
anybody else, man? Anybody else got some best or worst moments?
I got plenty of worse. We ain't gonna talk about those.
Yeah,
I
I
got
don't want
plenty
to
of
get into the
worse.
worst.
Look at that.
Yeah, we
I
trying to get
don't
into
want
the
to get
worst.
off
Ooh,
damper putting a damper on the mood.
Yeah.
he said Troy like a Dollar General, Paul Warlow.
Hey, what I say? No, we ain't doing none of that Troy Anderson slander. That is true. Arthur
Yeah, he
Smith did
didn't
not
develop him.
develop that
He was
kid.
Arthur Smith is terrible as a coach. He's as bad as a coach, an offensive coach that as Jimmy Lake is a defensive coach. That's the way I feel. If you want to run, fine. Run. Do something else though. Do something else. Can't run every now. 4th and 15, you trying to run? Come on, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got something for y'all. So before we get off, I'll have it ready.
Go ahead, give it to me. Oh,
Nah. I'm getting this. I'm getting this set up real quick. Hang on.
okay. He getting it set up. Ah. Hey, well, everybody, we're going to try our best to start having more videos come out throughout the week. I know we've been doing more live videos, and because we have a lot of fun connecting with the crowd, connecting with Georgia Texas boy and Clay and Wallace, all y'all, wide body. We enjoy talking to y'all, but we do need those likes and we do need that time on. So um, we'll be doing more videos. Y'all make sure y'all go and check them out as they come up. We want to do at least 2 a week, trying to give some updates on the Falcons and any information in regards to all things Atlanta. Home team, baby, home team, one channel. So we're gonna try to do our best at that. And y'all, we appreciate all your support. Make sure y'all share this video with your friends and family. And like I said, make sure you hit those likes. Go on your other on all of your devices, all of your accounts, and hit that like for us. Appreciate you. Troy's resume, punt block, hurt. One interception TD, hurt. Ah,
Don't
ah.
look like a lot to go off of.
we're gonna
That
we're
was
gonna
a
we're gonna
that was a
revisit
quick read.
we're gonna revisit this in November or December. We're gonna have a revisit on
Oh yeah, he got a year. Yeah.
What y'all think
Mm.
about that? Did y'all check out that signing, Josh Thompson, going back? I didn't. I was out this week.
it.
I didn't catch that either.
I ain't either. What in the world?
But
Signed another another
I'm gonna tell
quarterback.
you this. I feel like we got a new nickel. I feel like we got our
Hmm.
second safety. And if we can get Kobe Bryant to get it together, I think we'll have our other corner. So it looks like a lot of the defense that we picked up in this draft and last year, they're gonna really start making a difference.
I believe so. I'm excited for this year, hands down. I'm excited for the season. Just hope everybody stays healthy, man. We need that. I'm glad we have depth. We needed that because you know that there's going to be some injuries and some catastrophic injuries that's going to happen to some of our best players. It happens every year, so having that depth makes a ton of sense. And I'm happy for that. Hopefully, we can develop. Hopefully, Ulbrich can develop that defense, man, and turn it into something at least top 15. Top 15, hey man, I don't know how far we could go. I can't if our defense is top 15, the sky's the limit. Hands down. So
Hey,
anyway,
since we got two fans on here from other teams, one seems to always troll us. I'm gonna go ahead and tell them both this now before preseason or anything happens. Whole team is there. We will have a better record than Washington, and we will have a better record than the Cowboys. If you want to put something on it, I'm here.
That'd be something good. I don't know if I. Well,
The last Cowboy
I hope
fan,
so. I hope so.
the last Cowboy fan to bet me hasn't fulfilled his bet yet. So I ain't seen a shaved head yet. I'm waiting on that. I don't even want the money. I want the embarrassment.
Yeah, Coach Morris spoke about that. Being healthy, man. Chuck said, I'll take your money.
There we go. That's one.
Hey, I'm the middleman. Y'all give the money to me, and y'all gotta just trust that I'll do what's right. I am trying to go on another vacation soon. Anyway, hey, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We appreciate all of y'all who have joined us. Chuck, always Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. Hey, we appreciate you joining us. Hey, join us again. Come back. Georgia, Texas boy, always. Wide body, always. T Terry, we appreciate you again, brother. Let me see who else. We had Eugene. Hey, roll tide. You know what? I always say roll
You better
tide,
not
chose
finish that
tide fam.
statement. You better
I,
not finish that
I,
statement.
I say that. I say roll tide because we know. Then I can say high tide. High tide. Like that commercial. High tide. Oh man, we appreciate you, Eugene. Let me see. B. Stevens, appreciate you. Let me see who else we had. Had somebody else on I saw earlier. No. All right, so we're gonna go with that. No head. Was it Josh? Was it Josh? Charge it to my head and not my heart, y'all. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Hey, we appreciate all of y'all. We're finna get out of here. Hey, we will see y'all this Friday. We're gonna have a lot to talk about this Friday, but check us out these next few days. You'll be seeing our videos come out. We're gonna talk about the update. So we're gonna dig in this week and we'll see how well we do. Hey man, we'll see y'all later. Hey, be safe, be blessed. Daryl.
They dirty.